How do campaigns ethically analyze opponent strengths and weaknesses? Imagine trying to win a race without knowing where your competitors are strong or where they might stumble. That's what analyzing an opponent's strengths and weaknesses is all about in a campaign. But how do you do this in a way that's fair and honest? First, campaigns gather information from public sources like past campaigns, official statements, and voting records. This is called opposition research and helps identify what your opponent has done well and where they might be vulnerable. Next, teams often use a tool called a SWOT analysis. This stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a simple way to organize what you find out about your opponent. For example, if your opponent has a strong community network, that's a strength. If they have a history of controversial statements, that's a weakness you can highlight. But it's really important to stay within legal and ethical boundaries. That means only using publicly available information and respecting privacy laws. Never try to hack into private accounts or spread false rumors. Be transparent about where your information comes from and avoid spreading misinformation. Respecting privacy means focusing on what is publicly known and not digging into personal details that are not meant for public view. Campaigns also analyze how the public feels about their opponent by looking at social media comments, news articles, and public forums. This helps see what voters think about their policies and character. Examining who your opponent is connected with, like endorsers or political allies, can reveal potential support networks or vulnerabilities. Monitoring media coverage also shows how the opponent is presenting themselves and how the public perceives them. All this information feeds into your campaign's messaging. If you find your opponent has a weak spot, you can craft messages that highlight your strengths and address those areas. If they are financially strong, you might focus on grassroots support to show community backing. If they are weak in certain policy areas, you can emphasize your own expertise there. By analyzing your opponent ethically, you ensure your campaign stays honest and fair. This approach helps you develop strategies that are both effective and respectful, giving you a better chance to connect with voters and build trust. Remember, the goal is to compete with integrity while making sure your campaign stands out for honesty and transparency.